was the late 1970s in Enfield, London, a seemingly ordinary suburban neighborhood where strange and terrifying events would soon unfold. The Hodgson family, who lived in a modest house on Green Street, had no idea their home would become one of the most infamous haunted houses in modern history. This is the story of the Enfield Poltergeist and the nightmare that no one could explain. It all began in August of 1977. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother, lived in the house with her 4 children. One night, the peaceful home was disrupted when her daughters Margaret and Janet heard strange noises coming from their bedroom. What started as faint knocking quickly escalated into something far more sinister. Peggy rushed into the room, thinking it was the girls playing a prank, but as she entered, the knocking grew louder. Then, in front of their eyes, the furniture began to move. A chest of drawers slid across the floor, stopping only when Peggy pushed it back into place. The children were terrified, and so was she. But this was only the beginning. Enter Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair, investigators from the Society for Psychical Research. They arrived at the house to document what was happening. What they found was something that would both baffle and terrify them. One night, while questioning the family, a deep, guttural voice began to speak. It didn't come from any adult in the room, but from young Janet herself. Janet's voice had changed. It was no longer the voice of a young girl, but that of an elderly man. It claimed to be the spirit of Bill Wilkins, the previous tenant who had died in the house. The voice spoke with disturbing clarity, recounting details about his death that the family had no way of knowing. The investigators captured the voice on tape, a voice that would send chills down the spine of anyone who heard it. Over the next few days, the disturbances escalated. Objects would fly across rooms with no explanation. Toys, books, even heavy furniture seemed to be hurled by an invisible hand. The children, especially 11-year-old Janet, became the focus of the activity. It wasn't long before the Hodgsons reached out for help. As the days turned into weeks, the phenomena grew more violent. Janet was often thrown from her bed by unseen forces. Objects continued to fly across rooms, and even the skeptical neighbors reported hearing disembodied voices and loud crashes coming from the house. Despite extensive investigations, no one could offer a rational explanation for what was happening. The haunting continued for nearly 2 years, with countless witnesses, including police officers, who claimed they had seen furniture move on its own. While some dismissed the events as a hoax, others were convinced that the Hodgson family was genuinely haunted by something dark. Even to this day, the mystery of the Enfield Poltergeist remains unsolved. Was it all a clever trick, or were the Hodgsons truly tormented by a spirit from beyond the grave? Perhaps we will never know. And so, the house on Green Street continues to hold its dark secrets. A reminder that in the world we live in, some mysteries are best left unsolved.